Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to your wrestling show, 901 Wrestling. Right now, we are streaming live across Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. We are all over the place, if you know what I mean. Hello, everybody. What's going on? I am Mr. 901 Tommy Jacks, owner of 901 Wrestling, here to show you, in case you didn't get to see it the first time, the bracket reveal for Battle at Black Lodge. That's right, July 31st, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. We've got Battle at Black Lodge. 901 Wrestling returns and is coming to a new home right there at Black Lodge, 409 North Cleveland. And tickets are going fast. I believe we might have a handful of front row seats left. So go to 901wrestling.com if you're in or around the Memphis area and you want to see what real Memphis wrestling looks like. All you have to do is be at Battle at Black Lodge July 31st. Like I said, tickets on sale at 901wrestling.com. Hope everybody is doing well. I hope we find you well, however we find you today. Also, want to just point one thing out right now. Also, on that website I mentioned, 901wrestling.com. We got merch for you, baby. We got all types of merch, anything that you want to think about, whether it be a t-shirt, coffee mug, pillow even. If you just want to go to sleep and have dreams of 901 Wrestling, you can find that at 901wrestling.com as well. And July 31st, we will have exclusive merch at the show. So make sure that you do not miss out and grab yourself some of that exclusive merch at the show. All right, so what we're going to do today, we're going to show you the bracket reveal we did last weekend, hosted by Kevin Cerrito, host of 901 Wrestling. We're going to check that out, let you see what all went down. You can go over those matchups, and also there's information in here on how you can enter the bracket contest. That's right, just like March Madness, except yeah, we're in July. You can actually fill out your own bracket for this Battle at Black Lodge. And what is this whole bracket for? Well, it's the biggest prize in all of the Mid-South. The 901 Wrestling Championship will be on the line, and a new 901 Wrestling Champion will be crowned the night of July 31st, Battle at Black Lodge. And that's what all this is about. We're going to kick it on over to Kevin Cerrito and check out this bracket reveal. I'll be hanging out in chat. If anybody's got any questions, comments, anything like that, I will be in chat. So without further ado, off to you, Kevin Cerrito. Just a couple, but it's not been any type of malice on my part. I'm super busy, Kevin.
I know you're busy. Is this? I asked him the same question. Does this mean that it's over? That Jax Inc. is done?
Well, I will say this: for those folks out there who would make comments about me being around ringside and doing nefarious things, you won't have to worry about that anymore. I have turned in my manager's license. I am no longer a manager. I am concentrating fully on making 901 Wrestling the absolute best wrestling company around.
All right. Well, that's I hope that does come to fruition. Everybody, we all love 901 Wrestling. It is your wrestling show. This is your bracket to decide your next 901 Wrestling champion. As we will continue with the process to reveal who will be competing on July 31st. So far, I'm just trying to think in my mind, like what other best friends and brothers could be matched up against each other in this tournament. And really, I don't know. I can't wait to see who is next. I know there are some other big names to find out. Big is an understatement. Big might be the nickname for some of these guys coming up who are going to be in this tournament. So, Tommy, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get to the next matchup.
All right, I told you guys I had to adjust a few things, but I'm fixing to do something unprecedented here. because I made that Shane and Chris Ward match, we had a couple of holes from what I'm looking at with what Kantar had. So I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I want everybody to take note of this because I'm pretty sure this is the first time this has ever happened. While the tail end of this pandemic is still going on, I've been doing a little traveling. And in this traveling, I've been going to a few shows. And on one of these shows, I believe I found what may be very well a diamond in the rough. And I am going to allow that diamond in the rough, if you will, to go ahead and be entered into a tournament, his first ever match of 901 Wrestling. So debuting in this tournament, newest roster member to 901 Wrestling, the rookie Bobby Ford versus the King of Memphis, Hunter Havoc. That's right.
Wait, what? Whoa. A rookie debut going against Hunter Havoc. There it is. There's the graphic. Hunter Havoc, Big Havoc, the self-proclaimed King of Memphis, this is Bobby Ford. Wait, so what can you tell us about Bobby Ford?
I was actually tipped off about Bobby from an old co-worker of mine, a former commissioner, James C. Get on the Goodfoot Curtis. He said, Tommy, I think you need to come down here. I think you need to see this boy. I said, all right, I'll come on down. And there's just something about him, Cerrito. So we're going to give him a shot.
I mean, I've got to say, like, if you're able, it is unheard of. It is unheard of. As somebody who has followed professional wrestling my entire life, that you would see a rookie here. So we're looking at the photo of Bobby Ford being entered in this tournament, and my goodness, if he's able to survive Hunter Havoc and then win a fatal 4-way against these other competitors, then he deserves to be 901 Wrestling champion. He's going to get really thrown into the deep end here to start for his debut. It is sink or swim. But really, all upside though. When you're putting a rookie in this tournament, like, it's all upside for him. He wins the championships, best case scenario.
Yeah.
But hey, there is worst case scenario is you do have to face Hunter Havoc in round number 1.
This is true. And here's the thing. It just happened to be the spot we had, right? I mean, so you're going up against you're versus Hunter Havoc. It's not going to be an easy night at the office, but like I said, I saw the guy, and I don't know. I just have a hunch. There's something about him, Kevin.
It's all right. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing him live and in person. So Bobby Ford will make his debut at the Battle of Black Lodge to go against, of course, a guy who needs no introduction, Hunter Havoc, who is my next guest here on this live stream, Tommy. So I will let you bounce out. We have one more match to reveal. Plus, we'll tell you how to enter a contest where you can pick the winner, free to enter that contest, and we'll tell you how you can win tickets to the show as well on July 31st, Battle of Black Lodge, 901wrestling.com. Tommy, I'll talk to you in a moment. We'll get that final matchup. But right now, we're going to go to Hunter Havoc. Hunter Havoc, a big match scheduled for Big Havoc. We'll go live now to Hunter Havoc, the King of Memphis, who that is not the King of Memphis. And I can't hear him. What's going on? We've lost his audio. But that is not Hunter Havoc. I don't know. I'm not sure what is going on here. We cannot hear anything from Dustin Anthony, the baddest man, who's not in the tournament as far as I know. I mean, there's one more match to go. It would have been very appropriate for this bracket to have Dustin versus Hunter. But we've seen that. We have seen that. And did not turn out well for Dustin Anthony, who is back with 901 Wrestling, rehired. But we've lost his audio. We'll try to see. I don't know why he's there. Let me try to reconnect with Hunter as well. But I don't know what's going on. Let's try to get we'll get Tommy in here for a minute. Tommy,
well, that was interesting.
What I couldn't hear what he was saying. But
Hunter Havoc, upset, didn't he? He did not look happy.
He didn't.
He did not look happy. Could we be seeing the reformation of 901's baddest team? Is that what that's forecasting? Is that what I'm seeing? I mean, because
I can see anything out of this. Did he kidnap Hunter Havoc? Is the question? Is he locked in the?
I don't know about all that, pal, but it does raise a lot of questions. It does raise a lot of questions.
Let's try to go back to Hunter. Again, we're back. What is happening? He's just standing there.
Can we hear you, Dustin?
He's playing. We are supposed to talk to.
Kevin, did you cut his audio off?
I didn't cut his audio off.
I know y'all aren't just great buddies or anything, but did you?
Look, I didn't know. Look, Dustin he's got problems with me. I know Dustin doesn't like me, but of course, I'm a professional broadcaster. So anyway, we are live. We are live. Anything can happen. I don't know exactly what that was about. I'm very confused, and maybe
I guess what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to find out July 31st, because that right there, I don't think anybody. I know I wasn't expecting to see Dustin Anthony in place of Hunter Havoc.
Right, because I mean, as far as I know, Dustin's not in the tournament. We still have one more.
No, Hunter is confirmed for the tournament. So, I'm just, the only thing I can think, Kevin, is that maybe they've made up, and if so, that could be a lot of problems for everybody on the 901 wrestling roster.
Well, I mean, that definitely could be. I mean, I wouldn't be totally surprised. I mean, because the pandemic has made folks, realize different things, and maybe that's the case. But the question is, why is he in a purple room? Coming from the chats, we're live streaming all over social media.
I can actually answer that. I probably know the answer, Kevin.
You know the answer to that?
I know the answer of why he's in a purple room.
Why is that?
You ready? Here we go. Because he's the baddest man alive, and only the baddest man alive could have a purple room. That's what I'm assuming. And I'm just thinking that that's what he would have said. So, yeah, interesting. If they're back together, this could be a sticky situation.
I don't know what it could mean, but I do know we have one more matchup to reveal here for the Battle at Black Lodge. Tommy,
I'm super excited. I'm super excited about this, just like I am all the matchups. But this one right here, these guys are no stranger to one another. So I'm expecting a really great match. I'm talking about Perfect Sam Armstrong versus the star of the show, Andy Mack.
And there you are. No Dustin Anthony in this match. Sam Armstrong. There he is, the star of the show. Former 901 wrestling champion. We have another former champion in this tournament, Andy Mack. We knew Andy was going to be on this bracket, and here he is going against Sam Armstrong. My goodness, it brings back memories to their street fight that closed out a show back not so long ago on a 901 wrestling Saturday night. But so I'm looking forward. So this is an opening round matchup. You can't really, you're looking at this, you're going to be able to see many matches that have never happened before, but this is one that we know is a classic feud here in the making here. Another what could be. Have they ever fought for higher stakes than this? I wonder. I
don't think so. I mean, they have competed up against each other for a multitude of reasons, including the light heavyweight championship. In fact, they were in the tournament, the very first tournament to crown a light heavyweight champion. So, I mean, we're talking about a rivalry that goes back 4 or 5 years.
And so that will be the final matchup of the opening round, and whoever wins will advance and move on further in
to
the
that fatal four-way. Yeah.
To the fatal four-way, which will decide the new 901 Wrestling Champion. All titles vacated here during the pandemic, during the off time, but 901 Wrestling is back and is back on July 31st. So, Tommy, I will check back in with you before we get out of here for some final thoughts, because I do want to talk to you about the new venue. I know we got some folks tuning in. Where is Black Lodge? What is Black Lodge? And are there any special musical guests? I'm like, that's a great question. Not a question you always get about a wrestling show. But we'll answer it. We'll answer that coming up. But we do have to talk. We've been talking to somebody with every match, and we're going to keep that trend going on here, Tommy. So let me bring on my next guest. He is Sam Armstrong. Sam, good afternoon now to you.
Afternoon to you. Excited to be coming back to 901. It has been way, way, way too long since I've been here. And as y'all both have said, me and Andy are definitely no strangers to each other. We've wrestled up and down the Mid-South. We've been in the inaugural tournament for the light heavyweight title. We've wrestled for heavyweight championships before, so we're kind of evening out on wins and losses against each other. And this may be an opening matchup for the tournament, but with both of us in it, this is a main event match.
Oh, no doubt about it. It's a main event caliber match for sure. All of these opening round matchups, I mean, that's what you get when you put together a tournament for the most prestigious championship here in the Mid-South, the 901 Wrestling Championship on the line. It's your chance to go for the title for the first time. What would that mean to you here?
Oh, it would mean everything, because the hardcore faithfuls of 901 know that my record up there hasn't been that great. I've had like numerous losses. Occasionally I would get like some big wins and start to get momentum, but then something would always hold me down. The first time I won the 901 light heavyweight championship, that came to an abrupt end thanks to Hunter Havoc and Dustin. And then I had to miss out on the 901 Classic due to a broken leg that kept me out of action for like 9 months. And so I'm looking forward to coming back and showing that I'm a brand new Sam Armstrong coming back to Memphis. So no one is getting the same man that I was before. So no one's going to know exactly what to expect, especially Andy. I mean, we and him have wrestled before numerous times, but come July 31st, he's stepping in the ring with somebody who is completely different now.
That is that could be a story with so many people here as we return for this first show, back, and with the title on the line changes. We don't know what's going on with Dustin Anthony. I still can't figure out what's going on with Dustin Anthony. Maybe Tommy's doing some research here and figuring out if what happened here to Hunter Havoc, who was supposed to join us. But I did mention here at the start of the show, we might have a couple of surprises here in store for our viewers, and I got a little surprise for everyone here. We're not gonna get through this entire stream without bringing on the former 901 Wrestling Champion, the star of the show, Andy Mack.
What's up, Kevin? By the way, that's two-time 901 Wrestling Champion. You adjust this camera a little bit. What's going on, guys? Yeah, like Sam said, like Tommy said, like Kevin said, me and Sam are no strangers to each other. And that's the thing, is that Sam's doing all this talk about a brand new Sam Armstrong. Nobody's going to know what to expect. And, I guess in a lot of ways that's true. It's been a year and a half since we've even had a show, so we've all come a long way. And on the same note, I kind of feel like that's a little bit of it's a little bit of posturing. That's a little bit of Sam trying to get in my head, because Sam knows me. Sam knows that I'm going to study the film, and I'm going to see exactly what he's been doing lately. And by the time July 31st rolls around, he knows I'm going to be ready for him. He wants to talk about a new Sam Armstrong. I kind of want to talk about a new Andy Mack. See, a lot of things have changed. If you haven't noticed, that picture, it's not exactly what's going on right now with Andy Mack. And not only just with this mustache, I'm about 15 pounds heavier walking into this match than I was this time last year. And that's not a bad weight to put on. I'm in the best cardio shape of my life, but we've been hitting the gym. We've been getting strong. So you want to talk about a new Sam Armstrong? I want to talk about a new Andy Mack, because we're doing a lot different things out there. You'll see a lot of the same old classic Andy wrestling stuff, but you'll also see a lot more in terms of physicality, a lot more in terms of motor, in terms of slams, even type of type of game plan, a little bit more strength to me these days. So I think I've rounded my game out, and I'm really looking forward to this matchup with Sam. But I got to be honest with you, man. Sam talks about wins and losses, and Sam talks about, we're about evened out on the wins and losses. What Sam fails to mention is, he had a couple years under his belt when I broke into the business, and we got matched up with a lot in those early days. And I did a fair amount of losing to Sam in those days, but if you were to check over the last, say, 3 years at the win-loss record, it's not as even as Sam would have you think.
Any response to that there, Mr. Armstrong?
I mean, we all have our off years. We all have our off time. And yes, Andy's right. Yes, these past few years, when me and him would get matched up, Andy was always the better man. And I will admit to that, tip my hat to Andy. And I'm looking forward to this new Andy Mack. He wants to call himself the star of the show, the star of 901. However, as we all know, stars die out. But there's one thing that always remains true. I will always be pure perfection.
There you go. Sam Armstrong. Andy, thank you for joining us, Sam. Andy, thanks for making this surprise appearance. Anything you want to send any message out there to your fans tuning in? Looking forward to seeing the first Andy Mack match in a long time here in the 901.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. And me and Sam are competitors. We do have that rivalry, so there's that amount of trash talk that's going to go on, like you just saw. But there's also an amount of respect there. Sam is a hell of a competitor, and I really look forward to getting in the ring with him because I do got a feeling he's gonna really bring his A game, and it's really gonna be on. And I don't know exactly where this match is gonna fall in that first round as far as order on the show, but I wouldn't want to miss this one if I was.
You have a chance to become a 3-time 901 wrestling champion.
I'm champ. Yeah, that's the goal. Not only a chance, man. All the posts, everybody wants to talk about BB and the favorite, and that's cool and everything. I try not to pay too much attention to it. I try to just keep putting the work in. But, I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you, Kevin, that walking in, I do feel like I'm going to win this tournament.
And you and Sam have battled it many times. First time you'll be battling at Black Lodge, the new venue for 901 Wrestling. It's the Battle at Black Lodge. How excited are you about wrestling there for the first time?
I'm really excited. I've been to several concerts at Black Lodge. I've been over there plenty of times, and I remember thinking, this is a really, really cool type of venue. It's got its own unique feel, and honestly, that same type of unique feel is the type of feel that 901 Wrestling has compared to other wrestling companies around here. So, I think this is going to be an incredible pairing, and I think this show is going to blow everybody away, especially after these matchups you've heard. I mean, we got debuts, we got kings. Hunter Havoc's going to be there. 400 pounds of Hunter Havoc is going to be there. That's always a big deal when he shows up. Brothers fighting each other, tag team partners fighting each other, fatal 4-way match, Black Lodge with the screens and the lights and it's going to be great, man. Right in the heart of Memphis. I can't wait.
July 31st. If you're one of the people who think they're confident that Andy Mack is going to be the winner, we're going to tell you here in a moment how you can make your picks on the bracket and win some awesome 901 prizes. So stay tuned here. Andy, thank you for joining us. I will see you July 31st
Love you, Kevin.
Black Lodge.
Love you, baby.
Hello to your cat. The Black Lodge I will be there as well. That's not part of the reveal here, but I will be directing traffic here in between all of these great matchups as Tommy rejoins us, or tried to rejoin us. We'll see. Tommy's connection now going out. I think Dustin's out for revenge on everyone. But we are live here, folks. We'll try to reconnect here with Tommy Jackson. But Black Lodge video. All right, we're trying to bring him in here. Tommy, your stream is.
So I was actually doing that, Kevin, because my phone during the Andy Mack and Sam Armstrong interview has absolutely exploded from one Dustin, fattest man alive, Anthony. Would you like me to give you a little insight to what's going on, Kevin?
Yes. Go ahead.
All right. All right. So here we go. I'm going to admit some of these words for the younger viewers. Okay. he is, just to sum this up, he is 100% convinced that you caused his audio to go out, Kevin. Now, I've assured him that that is not the case, but he's not believing that. According to what he is telling me,
this is from Dustin.
This is straight from Dustin Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
According to what he is telling me, Hunter Havoc couldn't stay mad at the big guy for long. They are back together, and he will be ringside with Hunter Havoc July 31st. 901's baddest back together.
Well, that makes it a lot more sense here. That makes a lot more sense on what is going on. But I gotta say, I'm speaking for the fans here. You hate to see it. You hate to see this be the case. I mean, I'm glad that they're doing well. I'm glad that they're, I don't want to see anybody like in bad shape, especially as Dustin was there for a minute. But Hunter had seemed to get the fans on his side. That's we'll see here. So coming up on the 31st, that will be interesting as Hunter Havoc will battle debuting Bobby Ford. So I was talking with Andy Mack about the new venue Black Lodge.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we got the new owner, and I'm guessing, Tommy, you probably had something to do with this and the fact that 901 Wrestling is debuting. What I am so excited about as we make our debut at Black Lodge.
Yeah, absolutely. We were looking for a new venue to house 901 Wrestling, to be the new home of after this pandemic is winding down. And I met with the people over at Black Lodge, the owners over there. The first thing that I noticed were that they were absolutely huge wrestling fans. They were 100% with it from the get-go. You're talking about a beautiful space that every wall's a screen. You've got state-of-the-art sound. We've got stages. We're also, July 31st, not just going to have wrestling. There's more. That's right. Oh, wait, there's more. It's a whole day type wrestling event. That's right. They're going to be showing wrestling movies, i.e. Body Slam, an instant classic. And we will have Memphis Rockers, the Heels, playing live. That's right. A live rock band right there for the debut of 901 Wrestling at Black Lodge. This is going to be an event you do not want to miss.
The Heels, Heels, a very wrestling inspired band, will be performing as part of the show. So if you get your ticket on July 31st, you see the Heels, or how's that work?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all part of it.
It's all part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So you get music, and I get to see the crowning of a brand new 901 Wrestling champion at Battle at Black Lodge coming up. Let's see. We do have so if you want to win tickets to Black Lodge, the Battle at Black Lodge coming up here on the 31st. Well, we do have another live stream happening. So wherever you're watching this right now, you'll be able to watch the stream coming up this Tuesday. But we'll be giving away tickets this Tuesday for the Battle of Black Lodge for what is being called the Pro Wrestling Bingo Slam. We had one of these live and in person back before the pandemic. But this Tuesday, July 31st, 8 p.m. bell time, right here on Twitch. So wherever you're watching this, you'll be able to see it. But you'll need to come on, eventually make your way over to at Cerrito Live on Twitch. We play bingo every week virtually here in the year 2021. And also live and in person all over Memphis. But this Tuesday, special wrestling inspired one. We'll have cameos for some of your favorite 901 wrestling stars. And we will be giving away a pair of tickets to the Battle at Black Lodge. A pair of tickets will be among the prizes. I got some other wrestling prizes too that will surprise some folks with this Tuesday night. But it's bingo, but instead of numbers, we'll have images, some wrestling related images that you'll mark off on your card. It'd be pretty cool. So that's coming up this Tuesday, your chance to win some tickets at the Pro Wrestling Bingo Slam. So mark your calendar. We'll see more of that on social media as we go along here. But the big deal, the big thing that's happening, it is the Battle at Black Lodge, and we're going to give you another chance to win something here as well. Because so many people think they can choose, they can pick the winner here. There it is. There's the graphic. There's all of the information. July 31st. If you think you can pick the winner, we're going to have a contest and giving away a 901 prize pack here for the winner if you're able to select that. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Are you ready for this, Tommy?
Absolutely. I think this is going to be great. I'm really curious to see who all gets picked, to be honest. I want to see all of the different brackets out there and who's right and who got close. I think this is a really cool way to interact and allow folks to make their predictions.
There we go. It should be wherever you're watching right now in the chat, the link to I don't want to pull it up on the screen, but the link is up there now in the chat. You'll be able to find it on social media. Follow all 901 social media accounts for more information on that. So we have our bracket reveal. To recap, if you're just joining us as we wrap things up here today, Tommy Jacks. So we started, of course, Tommy Jacks is the new owner of 901 Wrestling. That is why he is here with me. That's only going to make things even more interesting as we bring back 901 Wrestling, your wrestling show, as it returns on the 31st. Bell time will be 8 o'clock at the Battle of Black Lodge. Doors open at 7. Black Lodge located at North Cleveland Street. It's right there next to the old Sears Crosstown building. You can't miss it. All ages are welcome. If you're under 21, you must be accompanied by a parent or guardian. If you're unvaccinated, masks are required. And let's see, we've got the matchups. Let's get to the matchups. First off, we've got a music performance by Heels. We just announced that Heels will be performing there. Also, though, so here are your matchups. I'm just pulling up the matchups you guys just gave to me live here. So we have Night Train versus Prince Adonis. Night Train versus Prince Adonis. Chris Ward versus Shane Schaffner. Bobby Ford making his debut up against Hunter Havoc. And then Sam Armstrong will once again battle Andy Mack, but this time for the highest of stakes, as they have a chance to advance in the tournament and become 901 Wrestling champions. So we have the Storm battling each other. We have Brothers battling each other. We have a debuting Bobby Ford going against what might be. We have seen so many. I just in the time that I was at 901, ever since 901 started, so many people have either made their debuts against Hunter Havoc. It does not end very well. If it's a new face up against Hunter Havoc, we'll see what Bobby Ford can do. Hunter Havoc now, according to what we're being told, Dustin Anthony will be in the corner of Hunter Havoc. What does that mean going forward? Sam Armstrong, and then of course Andy Mack, who might be the favorite here for sure. We'll see. I'm not sure who I would pick yet to win this tournament, but I got to say, if you're putting me on the spot right now, you got Chris Ward, you got Andy Mack. Yeah, look at those former champions when it comes to this. So Battle of Black Lodge is July 31st. Final thoughts here, Tommy Jackson, what we got?
I think it's shaping up to be the most memorable tournament that anyone has seen possibly in the past 10 to 12 years, just based on the matchups, based on the prize that's at stake. The most prestigious title in all of the Mid-South, the one thing that every wrestler wants, and it's their dream to obtain, the 901 Wrestling Championship. There is no bigger prize. Big shout out to Contar, who unfortunately couldn't join us, but big shout out to Commissioner Contar for coming up with this concept. This was his baby. I told him that he had to do something big. It was on his shoulders. I was going to let him have control because, as we knew in the past, the board didn't always do that. But I was going to let him have control of it. He's come up with something phenomenal here. I did make a few adjustments. I don't think he's going to be upset about, because we've got some great matchups, a great tournament, and it all comes down to that fatal four-way and who's going to win that 901 Wrestling Championship.
Absolutely. That's what you talk about it. We talk about it was not only to have great matchups, but it is such a unique concept.
Mm-hmm.
The winners of the first round will advance to a fatal four-way to decide it. So, my goodness, just think about the matchups that we have here in round one, knowing that the winners, the best competitors of those matches, are going to be battling out in one big epic match and walking away with the 901 Wrestling Championship.
Same night. So, I mean, these competitors that make it to this Fatal 4-Way, that's their second match of that night. You know, so what impact is that going to have, if any? Is it going to have any? I mean, there's so many different things that you have to pay attention to here that could be a factor in who wins this thing. I'm just excited to be back. I'm excited to bring 901 Wrestling back. I do want to say real quick, I've just been informed we have only a handful of VIP front row seats left. So if that's anything you're looking for, then go to 901wrestling.com, snatch them up now, because we don't have many of those left at all.
Get your tickets now, 901wrestling.com. There are 3 ticket levels now at this new venue, but VIP, very, very limited. So you can sit ringside as the new 901 Wrestling champion will be crowned. I will be there in the ring. I'm looking forward to it, Tommy. The new era of 901 Wrestling will begin. And you need, of course, if you're watching, you don't want to miss being a part of that coming up on July 31st. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I want to thank all of the wrestlers who joined us as well. Throughout this broadcast, we had Sam Armstrong, Andy Mack, and thanks Dustin Anthony for crashing the party. And we'll see. I just don't know. We'll see if what he's saying makes it. Will he really be in the corner of Hunter Havoc? We'll see on July 31st.
I mean, I guess we'll have to find out, on the 31st. But I mean, that's what he's telling me.
And thanks to former 901 Wrestling champion Chris Ward and Prince Adonis as well. Prince Adonis, some tough news for Chris Ward and Prince Adonis. The fact that they still honored their commitment to be here on the show after getting that news shows a testament to their professionalism.
All right, so there you have it. Battle at Black Lodge, bracket reveal. The matches are made. We're 1 week away. So I haven't had a chance for anybody to really just ask any questions since I became owner of 901 Wrestling. So right now is that time, Q&A time. Here we go. Remember, 1 week away, July 31st, Battle at Black Lodge. Get your tickets right now at 901wrestling.com. All right, so we're going to open the floor up for some questions. We're live across Twitch, Facebook, a couple of different places on Facebook and YouTube. So if you have any questions about me becoming owner, then go ahead and hit me with it. So when do the gates officially open for all the pre-matches? Well, there's really no pre-matches because in order to have dark matches, before the matches. Yeah, so the doors will open at 7 o'clock. Bell time is 8 p.m. sharp. And sharp, I mean on the dot. You may go to a bunch of wrestling shows. I know I've been to a bunch. And one thing that always irritated me was when you would go to a show, it says a particular time on a ticket, and an event starts 30 minutes afterwards. So I always make sure, that's one of my mandates. I've told everybody it's got to be on the dot. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Stars and Stripes. But you never can tell what happens. So essentially what it is, STP Gaming, is there's 4 preliminary matches, basically 4 first round matches that then will go into a fatal 4-way finals. And the winner of that fatal 4-way will become 901 Wrestling Champion. In fact, since there is no current 901 Wrestling Champion right now, show you guys something real quick. Show you what it's all about. Be right back. All right. There we go. All right. So right now, the title is vacant. And that's what it's all about. The 901 Wrestling Championship. The most Memphis belt ever. And, camera's got me all backwards. But yeah, that's what it's about right there. The 901 Wrestling Championship. And it's heavy. And it's heavy. Someone walks away July 31st. 901 Wrestling Champion, the winner of this tournament. So, as owner, who do you discuss with for changing how a belt looks or about adding titles? That's pretty much up to me, pal. At this point, there used to be a board of directors, essentially, that were over the company. One by one, you know, they kind of dropped off, and the last few were looking to sell, so I scooped up. And, yeah, so, I mean, it starts and ends with me. So it's a little different direction for 901 Wrestling than what it had in the past. No longer ran by a committee. The buck stops here, pal. So it's all apparently on my shoulders, which I am happy about, because I am more than happy to take on the responsibility. Yes, I actually am. I am no longer a wrestling manager. I am concentrating 100% as owner of 901 Wrestling, and putting all of my efforts there. So yeah, I know a lot of people were surprised with the initial showing of the bracket reveal. The fact that I put Chris Ward and his brother Shane Schaffner up against each other in the tournament, but they're both fine wrestlers that deserve to be in the tournament. You know, I'm not really trying. I don't hold any grudges against them or anything. We didn't end on any sort of bad terms as far as I'm concerned. But you know, it's a good way to give the fans a matchup they haven't seen before, and to with my actions show you know, that I'm trying to do the right things here. Well, the VIP tickets are basically our golden circle, our front row tickets. And then we have a general admission seating and a something new for us, a general admission standing. So we found that in previous events, we had a lot of folks that like to stand even after we had brought in a bunch more chairs. So that's an option too, if you just want to kind of kick it with a couple of friends and hang out in the back of the pack and cheer on your favorites. Then, you know, that's an option too. And of course, it's at a reduced cost. So, you know, we're not trying to knock anybody's heads off by any means. We're trying to give some family entertainment that a family can afford. You know, a couple of hours away from everything and just a good time. And, you know, a brand new 901 Wrestling champion. So I'm super excited about that. I'm not sure, Guminator. I mean, some might say I'm infamous. So, we'll see. I know that referee, or he's obligated to one more match apparently in his contract. So he will be reffing one final match at Black Lodge. But however, Billy Robertson has gotten his manager's license, and He says that he is debuting his first client at Battle of Black Lodge. So I am super interested to see what that's all about as well. So we'll see, I guess, is the answer to that one. We shall see. So we've got, just to go back over the matchups real quick, we have Prince Adonis of the Storm versus Night Train of the Storm. We have Chris Ward, 3-time King of the South, versus his brother, the Submission Technicians, Shane Schaffner. We have rookie Bobby Ford versus self-proclaimed King of Memphis, Hunter Havoc. We have perfect Sam Armstrong versus the star of the show, Andy Mack. And the winners of those matches, I expect the roof to blow off of the Black Lodge. They may not, I mean, they're gonna, you know, it's a ongoing relationship with them, but, you know, let's hope that when the roof comes off, it doesn't cause too much damage, is all I'm saying, because I'm really excited for the first time in a long time, and it's been a long time since we've been able to even do a show. So, but for the first time in a long time, besides, you know, it's a little different this time. Before I had clients, you know, I was kind of centered more so around one match. But as owner, I get to be kind of excited about all the matches and what it's going to bring to the fans. Any behind the scene news about future events? There will be news about future events coming. That's what I can say right now. Well, I mean, you know, my back and neck still hurt, pal, but what I have told people, and I'm going to continue to tell people, is that I'm not going to have any sort of leftover grudges, anything like that. And I'm not just going to repeat myself. I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to show people. So, I mean, Hunter's in this tournament. If I was holding a grudge, he probably wouldn't be in this tournament, right? I don't think so. I would hope one day as successful, but I think our ownership styles may be different. So we've got one of the 901 wrestling stars right here in the chat, Prince Adonis of the Storm. Well, I mean, I hate that you feel that way, Adonis, because you are getting an opportunity in the tournament. Even though it is against, you know, another Storm member in Night Train. You know, I mean, but I didn't make that match. You know, a lot of these matches were already made by Contar. I've been trying to work with him as opposed to against him. And a lot of these were made by Commissioner Contar, and I think he did a really good job giving the fans some interesting matchups that they haven't seen before, with familiar faces that they know to be 901 Wrestling. Barber BQ, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, I mean, he's got that open door policy. I'm sure you can get a holler. I mean, I thought he was... Hey, the matchup kind of shocked me too, to be honest, right? But, you know, I think it's going to give the fans an interesting match, and it gives both of you an opportunity at the 901 Wrestling Championship. So, I think that, you know, I think honestly, in the long run, it's a win-win. But, definitely give him a call on that, pal. Contar's straight up business, says Pat Fike. So the matchup, so Adonis, Prince Adonis is going against his brother in the Storm, Night Train. We also have Chris Ward going up against his blood brother, Shane Schaffner. As a lot of people saw on the bracket reveal, not super happy with that matchup, but that's happening. And then, a lot of people shocked about the new rookie on the scene, Bobby Ford, and not giving him a ton of chance against Hunter Havoc. And then I think the other thing that people are talking a ton about too is the perfect Sam Armstrong versus Andy Mack match. All of these matches has some potential one way or another, I believe, for some sort of upset here or there. The cool thing is right now what you guys can do is you can find 901 Wrestling on any social media and find the link that allows you to make your own picks. That's right, we're giving away a 901 Wrestling prize pack. All you have to do is fill your bracket out and correctly guess who's winning everything. That's all you have to do. You fill your bracket out, guess who's going to come away with the 901 Wrestling Championship. After the tournament, we're going to tally everything, and the winner is going to get a 901 Wrestling prize pack full of 901 Wrestling goodies, and possibly even future event stuff in there. Just have to wait and see. But you can actually feel that. I'm really excited about that too. The fact that you guys get to kind of theory craft a little bit, to coin a phrase from the other hat I wear over in Looney Tunes land. I thought that was really cool. And what it reminds me of is back in the day, 901 Wrestling on Facebook, Twitter, should be on any of those outlets. We'll make sure that it gets posted up again. But it should, all you got to do is scroll down a little bit. It should be on there. But super, I think, interesting, because back in the day, the way things used to be, you'd go to a wrestling. What was that? Oh, the cat scared the bejesus out of me. Back in the day, you would go to a wrestling show and you would get a program. And in that program, you could track winners, losers, stuff like that. But they never really gave you a tournament bracket. Yeah, they were making a run in for sure. They're probably hungry. It's probably time to eat. So I think this kind of gives you some of that vibe, but with your own vibe to kind of guess who might be the winner. I mean, in any of those matchups, it's like, it's not going to be easy to pick, I don't think. I don't think it's going to be easy to pick at all. So we're doing right now live Q&A for the next few minutes. Anything you want to ask the new owner of 901 Wrestling, drop it in the chat. Will the tournament be recorded to eventually be shared on YouTube and Twitch? Yes. We're not going to actually live stream the tournament this time, with it being the first show back at a new venue. My main goal was to make sure that everything on that night went off without a hitch, and adding more things to the cake already, because it's not just wrestling. And of course, you're coming for 901 Wrestling, but there's cool things that are happening around that too, because we have rock band The Heels right here, Memphis rock band The Heels, playing live as well. They are also going to be showing wrestling centric movies leading up to the wrestling event. Black Lodge is a beautiful place, and it literally transforms into an event location. It's amazing what the guys over there have done, and I think everybody is going to be blown away to see what everything is going to look like and be like and sound like. I mean, we're talking state-of-the-art sound, screens as far as the eye can see, a huge layout. I don't think anybody's going to be, you know, thinking that this doesn't feel like a wrestling spot. So yeah, eventually we will be putting that on YouTube. Definitely clips, things like that. But chances are we will be putting it, either doing a live stream watch along or something of that case. It will be going out. I don't have a date on that yet because, of course, we've got to get to July 31st to begin with, but definitely. Hey, how's it going, Infallible? Well, I mean, you know, I've always been the voice, you know, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm stepping away from managing. I'm just doing the owner thing now, but you know, I'm always Mr. 901. By the way, guys, we're having a run right now, so get them while you can. 901 Wrestling shirts right now at 901wrestling.com, 901wrestling.com. Make sure that you grab some while you can. There seems to be a run on them. Might as well grab them up because they hot. So after this event, how often do you plan on having Daily Gamer 908? Thank you for the follow. So after this event, how often do you plan to have 901 events/shows? So what I'm trying to work out now is to have a minimum of at least once a month going into the rest of this year. That's what I'm leaning towards now. If it looks like you know, if it looks like we need to have more than that, and we're able to you know, with scheduling and whatnot, work that out, then we will. But that's what I'm hoping for right now. That's what I'm planning. Yeah, I guess it does kind of increase me being the voice a little bit, doesn't it? Yo, Daily Gamer, how's it going? We're gonna hang out for a little bit longer. We're gonna hang out until about 1 o'clock my time, and keep answering some questions here from the viewers, the fans of 901 Wrestling. It's Saturday afternoon. I am still sipping on my my coffee here, but make no doubt about it, I am super excited. This is going to be really cool. Wow, and we've got a got a Contar emote from Guminator. All right. So feel free to hang out for a couple more minutes. Ask all the questions that you want to ask. Don't worry about Stream Elements trying to get some stuff over that already happened. But by the way, guys, if you don't catch the if you don't catch the bingos, definitely catch the bingos with host of 901 Wrestling, Kevin Cerrito. Those are a lot of fun. Well, that's the plan, is to keep it at Black Lodge. That is the home for 901 Wrestling right now, and for the foreseeable future, should all things go correct. Daily, no, I'm not going live on my channel today, as the dog barks. I'm not going live on my channel today. Also, there won't be a 901 stream next Saturday, as that is show day. And I am going to have way too much to do. I hope all of my loony friends are doing good, though. We got a bunch of Looney Tunes World of Mayhem players, because that's what I've been doing during the pandemic. Nobody's asked that either. Tommy, what have you been doing during this whole pandemic thing? Yeah, what I'm going to do, STP, is we're going to try to do every Saturday morning at 11:30 a.m., just like it, always was here in Memphis. And try to, if we don't have something live to go over, then we will definitely have replays, some commentaries, some guests possibly. There will be at least a stream of some variety, except maybe on show days. You guys. So, besides becoming owner of 901 Wrestling, I have become the #1 content creator for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem mobile game, as well as the #1 Twitch streamer for such, and rising YouTube star of same. So I have been quite busy. How will the setup be? Ring setting, etc. So, the ring is going to be pretty centrally located. It's kind of hard to explain without actually showing you a layout. But the ring will be closer to where you come into the building. And we will be entrancing from the stage, coming through the crowd, and making our way to the ring, or at least the wrestlers will be. You'll probably see me too. I've got maybe 1 or 2 little announcements to make throughout the show. Who knows? But that's how that's going to be set up. And of course, if you like you're talking about the Black Lodge, if you've been there during an event, it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool. The merch table, I have not figured that out yet, to be perfectly honest. But there will be a merch table there with brand new designed 901 wrestling shirts. So you can no longer get these like I've got here. These are the old school first run shirts. However, you will be able to get a brand new logoed 901 wrestling shirt, just designed just a little bit different. And they will be making, we will be, debuting those at Black Lodge. So, yeah, super excited about those too, because I've got a few of these. Can we expect 8x10s? Oh, I am sure. I already know that Prince Adonis of the Storm, as well as more than likely most everybody else, will have some variety of merch there that night. Yes, they have state-of-the-art sound there at Black Lodge. So, these entrances are going to be great. And one of the things that I liked about the previous venue is the fact that, we came through the crowd, we walked through the crowd. So that is going to remain the same. So the way we're going to set it up, I'm just really, I'm kind of beaming about all of this. I'm super excited. We're only a week away, only 1 week away. And all of the front rows are about gone. But definitely run, don't walk. Get your tickets, secure your seat now at 901wrestling.com for Battle at Black Lodge. Yeah, I mean, the bleachers were cool, but they hurt your butt after a while. That's what I heard. But yeah, they were cool. But I think this is going to be cool too. I really do. That's the thing that I really want to instill as owner. I mean, it's no secret that, you know, a lot of people around Memphis have seen me on the news, and they've heard me on the radio, and they've, you know, seen me at Walmart. It's like people chase me down at Walmart. I can't go there anymore. But one thing I have always pushed was the fact that this is a wrestling city. Just like basketball, music, and barbecue, wrestling is built into the DNA of this city. And as such, it needs a wrestling show that breathes that lives that makes the fans feel that. And for the longest time, the number one directive was to not have a show unless we could do it safely. And I think that was the correct way to go, as I was instrumental in that choice as well. But now that we can, and now that we can do a show, it's time to give that feeling back again. It's been too long. I know people are jonesing for it. And, you know, it's time to give the people of Memphis what they have missed over the course of this span of time. And what that is their wrestling show. It's 901 Wrestling. What about, what are you asking, STP? We'll take a couple of more questions. We're going to hang out another 15 minutes. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. Well, actually, I had stripped both former champions. I mean, it had been a year since we had ran the show. And in my mind, if either one of them came back as champion, that's not really right, is it? That doesn't really feel right to me. To me, it felt, you know, and it wouldn't do anything for them either, because they would essentially be paper champions, right? So yeah, we had both the 901 Wrestling Championship and the 1819 Championship both stripped. And yes, the 1819 Championship will be returning. And you will have to stay tuned to 901 Wrestling on social media to find out more about that. Also, if you're there July 31st, you may very well find out more about that too. So just because you know the first 4 matches doesn't mean you know everything that is going to go down. I will just say that. There are still some things that we have not let everybody know, that we want to try to keep a surprise, because sometimes surprises are good, you know? I don't know, STP, we'll just have to see. Yeah, there he goes. There's our host, Kevin Cerrito. We're hanging out for the next few minutes doing live Q&A. So, drop your questions in the chat. I will try to answer them. Easy as that. As Kevin Cerrito comes through with the 901 Wrestling emote. No, they are not currently in the bracket. No. But this is not the this is not the last 901 Wrestling show by any means. This is just the first of many to come. You never know what's going to happen. Never know what's going to happen. The matchups we have kind of mirror that same concept. You really just don't know what's going to happen in these matchups. I mean, people have their favorites, sure, but I think these matchups are super interesting and are going to give the fans the event they are looking for. And that's just the first 4, not to mention the finals, the Fatal 4-Way final. I haven't heard anything about that. According to what I understand with Billy Robertson is debuting his new client at 901 Wrestling, and it is a new star to 901 Wrestling. So it's someone who's never been to 901 Wrestling before. So, and he's the only manager I know of right now around 901, because, you know, you'd have to come through the owner, you know, and show me your manager's license and all that good stuff before you could just pop up out there, pal. So, I mean, I haven't heard about them getting any other manager, no. No. I mean, it's I don't think anybody's got any cups of liquids or anything that's in this tournament. So it's almost like you were insinuating something. Almost. Almost. Well, thank you. Thank you. Neither did I at the time. Of course, like I said, you know, a lot of things that I did, I at least thought I was doing for the right reasons. And hadn't we all been there before? Haven't we all done something that we thought was the right reasons? And maybe in retrospect, they weren't. No, these are all scheduled for one fall. It's you know, I want there to be decisive winners in the matches, of course, but I don't think that, you know, there has to be I really don't think, unless there are reasons for certain things, that there has to be anything like that. Yeah, exactly. You put 2 competitors against each other. The person that wins moves on. And, you know, I think that's the long and short of it right there in these first round matchups. In the Fatal 4-Way, you know, that's going to be a really hairy situation, no matter who's in it. So, you know, that's a little bit different. That's where, you know, you've already had one match. Now you're going in versus 3 other competitors. And, you know, chances are you're going to have to get in there and turn it up a little bit. You know, find another gear. So, I really love the way that this tournament is set up. The fact that it's not over the course of multiple shows. It's not over the course of a gazillion hours in one night. And a 901 wrestling champion needs to be crowned. Fact of the matter. Title does not need to be vacant. It is the most prestigious, most sought after title in the Mid-South, representing the city we all love, Memphis, Tennessee, the 901. And it needs to be around someone waist that's going to represent it, and the winner of this Fatal 4-Way is going to do just that. You know, you've got a ton of different people in this tournament, and I'm looking forward to seeing who the next 901 wrestling champion is going to be. I really am. And some could be tired from long matches, and others may not. Yeah, it's that's the thing, is it's super interesting to have to do it in one evening like that. But I really feel that it's the quickest and will be the clearest cut way to get our champion at the end of the night. I believe, you know, there was a day, Guminator, where, yeah, I would go out there and I'd want to, you know, ham it up, you know, and present the title. But, you know, this was Kantar's idea for this tournament. I've been working with him, not against him. And I think it should be his honor to present the championship to the new title holder, whoever it may be. I really do. I think, you know, I told him, I said, hey, look, we've got this new venue. You need to do something huge for this event. This event, you know, we need something big. And, you know, I'm not going to handcuff you like the board used to do. He was shocked, of course. But then a couple of days later, he came back to me with the idea of this tournament. And, you know, this is kind of his baby, you know, this tournament. So, and I think he did a great job. I really do. I think he did a great job setting this up. I think that this is going to be, you know, a night that 901 wrestling fans definitely remember. You know, where were you July 31st when the 901 wrestling champion was crowned? It better be at Black Lodge, because you're not going to want to miss it. Who is in the final match before the four-way title match? Well, I don't have the actual order of the matches. I just know the matchups right now, but I don't have that information with me right this second. But like I said, I just know the matchups. I know that we've got star of the show, Andy Mack versus Sam Armstrong. I know we have rookie Bobby Ford versus self-proclaimed King of Memphis, Hunter Havoc. I know we've got Chris Ward, King of the South, versus the submission technician, Shane Schaffner. And I know we've got Prince Adonis, because he was in here earlier, versus his brother-in-arms, Night Train. So those are our four. I don't know exactly which order as of yet. Yeah. Yeah, they could be. Yeah, they could be. Now we are going to allow a brief rest period before that finals match starts. So they may have an opportunity to, you know, chug a Gatorade and get a second win, you know, before they get back out there. But, yeah, I'd have to agree. It definitely is going to be an uphill battle, or could be, for whoever is in that last match. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, we've got a couple of more minutes before we wrap anything up. Any other questions? Remember, guys, next Saturday, July 31st, Battle at Black Lodge. Get your tickets now, 901wrestling.com. And don't forget, get your 901 Wrestling merch at 901wrestling.com as well. This has been pretty fun. I like this. There were some great questions so far. I really do appreciate everybody tuning in. I know it's something new that we've been doing on Saturdays here the past 3 Saturdays now, I think. But I do want to keep doing it. I do like this. I don't believe so, pal. I don't believe that that's something that the venue's requiring. Let's see. Well, I don't have any cool buttons for this one. Normally I've got cool buttons, you know, that I do, but we're going to have to spruce this stream up a little bit. We'll give you guys some cool buttons and stuff to do. Yeah, I think it's kind of really the way everything's going around here. S2P is kind of everybody's on the honor system sort of thing, from what I understand. Or at least around our state, city, something like that. So July 31st, Brand new 901 Wrestling Champion. Tournament. 4 matches, ending in a fatal 4-way. We've got a rock band being the Heels playing live. From what I understand, they're even going to play Body Slam, the classic Roddy Piper movie, either before or after the event. It's going to be a ballin', squallin', climbing the wallin', old time jubilee, if you will. I am going to have the most fun. Well, besides the fans, but I am going to have the most fun seeing how the fans react to this new venue and finding out, along with everybody else, who is going to be the 901 Wrestling Champion. All right, I'm going to get out of here, everybody. Thanks very much. And until next time, guys, we're going to catch you down the road. July 31st, 901wrestling.com. Get your tickets. Battle at Black Lodge.